Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and today is a good day. If you haven't already saw the Dawn of War free trailer drop today, and it is absolutely amazing. It absolutely blew my mind. It looked absolutely incredible. If you haven't already saw it, please go and watch that trailer before you watch this video. The link is in the description of the video, so please go and watch that. Watch it, come back, and then we can discuss what we're going to be discussing. In this video, I've gone around the internet and I've gathered all the information that's out there at the moment for this game. So we're going to sit back and we're going to talk about that. So let's jump right in. Probably the biggest thing to come out is that it's going to be three factions. The three factions we have are Eldar, Orcs, and Space Marines. The Space Marine chapter is the Blood Ravens, just like all the other Dawn of War games, and it has been confirmed that Gabriel Angelos will be back. There's actually some screenshots of him in game and stuff, which I'll show later on in the video. But yep, he is back. So it looks like the story may be from the Blood Ravens perspective again, like all the rest ones. So that is definitely confirmed. We haven't got any confirmation of what Eldar or Orc characters they are, and for the matter of fact, we don't know if the three factions are going to stay the three factions. They've only announced that there's going to be three factions. Now, you know what games are like in this day and age, where they announce a certain amount of things in game, and then when it comes to launch, you got pre-order bonuses where you're getting another faction and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chaos or something like Eldar will be popping up later on in the production as pre-order bonuses or first day DLC or DLC on its own in the near future after the game's been launched. I'm actually quite surprised that there's actually no Chaos at all. I actually would have thought they would have actually included Chaos in one of the just in the trailer. Space Marines without Chaos is sometimes it's like bread and butter. They more or less go together very, very well because their hatred for each other and everything that goes with it. So I'm quite surprised they haven't actually been announced, since also they've been a huge part in the other Dawn of War games. So maybe they're just keeping them behind the curtains for now, and once more production comes out, we'll actually get to see Chaos. Okay, let's go on to the next point. Now, as you can see, here's some screenshots that have been released along with some articles online. There's actually quite a lot of articles online at the moment about this game, and one of the best ones I've read so far is the one from PC Gamer. Again, I've linked the article in the description of the video, so if you want to go and read that, I highly suggest you go and read that. It's actually a great write-up. But there's a piece that stood out. There's a quote that stood out for me, and it's about bringing big armies back into Dawn of War, which we'll talk about later on in the video. But this quote stood out for me, right? I'm going to read the quote. It says, "In aid of this," talking about the big armies, "some close detail has been sacrificed so Dawn of War 3 can shine in large-scale encounters, and Relic's artists have taken more inspiration from colourful paint jobs of the tabletop game. It's a step away from the dark, doom-laden tone of the fiction, and the game looks fantastic in motion." Now, for me, this means a number of things. One is that because of the large-scale warfare, the high detail that we saw in Dawn of War 2, because it actually was detailed for back in the day. I think they're what's the word I can use? They're sacrificing some of that to add a bigger scope towards a game. And if it's got to be huge, massive battles, I can understand, sacrificing some of the graphics, so those battles run smooth and stuff like that. So I can understand that. Again, with the whole colourful aspect, which they mentioned, and it's a step away from it's a step away from the dark, doom-laden tone of the fiction. I'm a bit torn on that. I'll have to read into that more. From the screenshots, what bounce around now, what you're seeing, it actually does look a bit colourful. It doesn't look as dark as the Dawn of War 2. But then again, we don't know what stage this game is at the moment. It could be alpha. If you go look at alpha games actually on the market at the moment, or games that have been in alpha and then actually full release, most of them, if not all of them, don't look as they were in alpha. So we actually don't know. On the subject of bringing big armies back, this is one of the things I'm looking forward to. From my experience of the Dawn of War series, Dawn of War 1 was fantastic because I used to love, me and my friends used to get in multiplayer. We had a rule where, right, no one attack each other, everyone make huge armies, and at a certain time we'll meet in the middle and we'll just smash each other's face in. Now for Dawn of War 2, you didn't really have that. You had big forces, but it felt more of a skirmish type of game because you didn't have all the troop numbers and stuff like that. So bringing the actual big armies back and having these big epic conflicts again is, it's for me, it's one of the main things I enjoyed, and it's probably one of the best things I'm looking forward to. So they can only improve on that in my opinion. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. Okay, let's go on to the next point. Now, this is probably the most requested feature that people always post on videos when the subject of Dawn of War 3 comes up, and that is bases. And they've confirmed that bases are going to return in Dawn of War 3, and for me, it put a huge smile on my face. I love building bases. It was something that was solely missed in Dawn of War 2. I could not believe they didn't have bases in Dawn of War 2. In Dawn of War 1, when I used to go multiplayer, I used to make the most biggest, the most stupid and most terrifying looking bases with turret defenses and stuff like that, and it was fantastic. I could spend all day just building bases in Dawn of War 2. So I'm so happy that they're bringing it back. And to quote, this is the quote: Dawn of War 1 style bases are back. So that means we'll be looking at stuff like barracks, armories, chapels, HQs. All the fun stuff that we had in Dawn of War 1 is going to be back in Dawn of War 3. So yeah, that is absolutely fantastic news. Right, let's carry on with our talk, and let's move on to the next subject. Now, when I was watching the trailer, as amazing as it was, one scene stood out, and that was when the Imperial Knights and the Wraith Knights, and the Wraith Knight, should I say, started dueling. We had an Imperial Knight chopped in half, which was amazing, just sliced in half, and he fell, and his colleague, Imperial Knight, then leapt at the Wraith Knight with his chain blade and just completely tore out the guts of it, or like the mid rift of the body, and exploded it. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But looking at it, I thought, this is basically here for eye candy. There's nothing more. This is it. It's basically just a trailer just to basically show off the game. That's it. Then, as soon as the trailer ended, I jumped off. I started to go to all the articles and stuff, and there it was. There was an Imperial Knight screenshot, and showing it in game. And then I started to read it a bit more, and I was like, they're really adding it. They're really adding these kind of units in game now. And for me, even though it's completely amazing, I see it as a foundation. Now, if they got to start adding like Imperial Knights for Space Marines, Wraith Knights for Eldar, Stompers were probably the Orc one. What's not to stop them in future or in latent development starting adding stuff like Imperator Titans, Warhound Titans, Reaver Titans, some of the really big walkers, big super heavy units, which are basically they're like gods of war on a battlefield. These things can basically win wars. Not battles, they win wars. They're that big, they're that menacing, they just carry just destruction wherever they go. Now, from a gameplay point of view, just looking at this from a gameplay point of view, I think it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. When you see, we've talked previously about these big battlefields they want and stuff like that. Imagine having like huge battlefields and you've got all these like big super heavy units in the battlefields and everything's going off. I think it's got to actually change dramatically how this game is going to go on and how it's going to play when you have these huge units actually in game now. So for me, it's probably the top three. One of the top three things I'm looking forward to in this game is definitely the big units that they're going to be adding. I cannot absolutely wait to see what they do with them and where they go with them in the future. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. Now, another big feature that's coming back is the personalization and upgrading system. What you could do with your heroes. For most of us that played Dawn of War 2 in the past, we know that during the campaign mode and in the multiplayer mode as well, you could upgrade your heroes with using certain items. For example, in the campaign mode, sometimes you found a weapon. This weapon would grant your hero certain abilities. For example, the captain, I could have him as range. I could have him as a melee captain. I can basically kit him out how I wanted to play the game, which was great. I actually loved that. In multiplayer, you had the system where your heroes, who were actually multiplayer, when you got enough power, enough resources and stuff, you could buy them upgrades. So I could equip my captain with a power fist, and he's more deadly against armored stuff. I could give him a suit of Terminator armor, so he's completely deadly in close quarter combat. So that's all that kind of stuff is coming over to Dawn of War 3, which is great. I think if they went forward without that system in Dawn of War 3, I think it'd be a bit of a slap in the face, because it was so good and added another level towards the game. So I'm quite happy that that's coming over as well. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about, which is mentioned in a lot of articles, is a new cover system. Now, there's always, well, in the latest Dawn of War games, cover has always been an important feature, especially if you play it online. And they're saying that they're actually got to come up with a brand new cover system. So I'm quite skeptical how they're going to improve on the current cover system that's in Dawn of War 2, because I actually thought that was quite good. You know, there was nothing special about it. You know, if you got your guys behind a barricade, they got better cover. If your tank rolled in and started blowing stuff up and it made craters, you can put your units in one of them craters and you can get like a cover bonus. If you didn't put them in the bonus, then basically if you came across heavier type of more elite units, they would absolutely get completely annihilated within a matter of seconds. So they said they're going to do a brand new cover system. I have no idea how they're going to do that. I don't know what they would add. So I actually look forward to seeing how that's going to work. So yeah, that's it for now, chaps. That is the video. We are all done. I'll keep my eye on Dawn of War 3. As soon as new information comes out, I'll do a new video stating what's changed and stuff like that. So excited! My day has actually been made up with this trailer. I've just been sat here all day, basically watching the trailer over and over again and looking at all the little bits and stuff. So it's been absolutely incredible. Thank you for watching the video. If you want, come over to my Twitch channel. Follow over there, because later on tonight or through all the weeks, I'm going to be talking more about Dawn of War 3 over at the Twitch Live with some of my friends and stuff like that. So, yep, have a great night. Enjoy yourself. Go and watch the trailer. And for the Emperor, it's been absolutely fantastic. Have a good one. See you now. Bye-bye.